Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today, or tonight, we will be reviewing Parish Brewing Company out of Broussard, Louisiana. They have their SIPS, Pinot Noir Grape with Black Currant.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to All Wine All the Time, where we whine about wine. I've got Andrew in the attic. I've got Jay. Gentlemen, what are we drinking this day?
SIPS, Pinot Noir Grape and Black Currant, a sour out of Parish Brewing from Broussard, Louisiana.
A fine
Shall we
wine
open it?
indeed.
Shall we open it, gentlemen? Let's sip on the SIPS.
Let's do it.
This is our fancy time, friends. And y'all, we have reviewed a few sips or a couple sips prior to this. I'm gonna say this is my favorite. And I could not wait to get this on air.
You're a fan of the Black Currant. I've noted that in other sours that we've had and other things.
My goodness.
That smells delightful.
Definitely going.
We ready?
Cheers, mates. Cheers, mates. That is good.
That is delicious.
Oh, where do we start? So it's a sour, but specifically it's a Berliner Weiss, fruited Berliner Weiss. Comes in at 4.8%. It is part of the SIPS series from Parish Brewing out of Broussard, Louisiana. And we have, let's see, we did the Cabernet Sauvignon strawberry. And what was the green can?
It was a
Sauvignon Blanc.
Sauvignon Blanc
with passion fruit.
Passion fruit. Good job. Now that I know there's a couple others, at least there's one with blueberries, and then there's the new one, a triple cherry that I've had.
No.
And there was like something with an orange, just like an older label from years past that I've had. I'll have to look back at it. But I think this was the first one I had and the most memorable. And out of when we started doing the sips, I was like, I want to get this, but let's save it for last. So this is made out of the Pinot Noir grape. So for those who don't know, Pinot Noir, the wine is made from, it's named after Pinot Noir grapes. And it's also made with black currant, which I had to check on because I was like, wait, is it a grape or is it a berry? It's technically a berry.
I was going to say it's a fruit.
It grows on a shrub. It is the fruit from this black currant shrub. So a black currant, when eaten fresh or raw, it is tart. It gets a little sweeter after, like a raisin, when it's aged or dried. And Pinot Noir grapes, Pinot Noir actually comes from, it's French, meaning pine and black. So Pinot is pine, Noir is black. Ben, can you say it with me? Noir.
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 Yeah, look at you. Noir. Retention.
Cheers to Ben.
Yeah. Sophistication. Ben the sophisticant.
It's the jacket.
So pine, they named this grape Pinot as in pine because of the tightly clustered pine cone shape that the grapes grow in on the vine. And it resembled that of a pine cone. And originally, the Pinot Noir grape comes out of Burgundy, France, northern France. It usually requires cooler climates. But those countries around the world took it and grew it in the United States. It's most notably known out of Oregon and Northern California. But other
Right.
countries, you got Argentina, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, and even more grow it and make their wines. So, and when it's raw, when the berry is eaten, when the grape is eaten raw or fresh, it is actually a slight spice with a cherry or strawberry like tones. But this beer, the SIPS one, the version uses crystal hops along with the Pinot Noir grape and the black currant berry. Need another sip.
So is that the extent of your research, Professor?
Nay.
No.
So for our faithful fan who has stuck with us through all our reviews, we have done many a parish because it is regional and it is good. And that's why we keep including it on it. And they have multiple series. They've got their year rounds. And honestly, I don't think we've done one of their yearly, well, other than the SIPS. The SIPS is a year round. I will give them that, but it's a separate series year round. But we have not done one of their core beers, and I think we're going to need to do it pretty soon. But we have done others that they're seasonal, limited releases. So we have ad nauseum given information about Parish Brewing out of Broussard, but I wanted to include one of their own quotes that they put. They describe themselves as a small brewery in Cajun country doing battle against tasteless swill. And I salute them for it. For those familiar with Cajun country, Louisiana as a whole is not Cajun country. Cheers. Parish.
Cheers to Parish.
Parish.
Cajun country is typically considered southern Louisiana from Lafayette down south. And I could be wrong and get roasted and skewered, but come at me, bros. And that's bro with a BREAUGX.
And that's only
EAUX.
It's only if the fan is from Louisiana, right?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Jay. Not you, Jay. Other Jay.
Yep.
Who has viewed us.
Yes. All right. Thank you for the dissertation there, sir.
Yes, I'm defending my thesis. Jay.
So out of the SIPS series we've had so far, and the ones you guys have had, there are others that I haven't had access to or things like that. I would assume I think this is Andy's favorite by far. I mean, we've taken your special notice to black currant with the farmhouse large bottle we had from Good People. That was a black currant. Couple other things. When we've had black currant, you always gravitate towards those. Ben, what about you? Which SIPs do you prefer out of the ones you've had to date?
Yeah, this one's my favorite as well. Okay. So I too think I've had a couple of the others that we have not reviewed.
The orange can.
I don't know that I've had the orange, but I feel like I've had, I feel like SIPS has been something when I see it, I grab it. So either I'm repeating the same ones here and there, or I've had several.
You've had the blueberry.
I know the blueberry. Yeah,
I know. I've been with you at, for instance, when we were in Oxford together a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
at Bouray, you had a SIPS. Yeah,
it was this one. Yeah,
I think I had it then too.
Yep.
Yeah, we had several that day
with Jose.
Oh, yes.
Joseph.
Like was that the waiter or
Joseph.
Josephine.
Yes. All right.
Oh,
But yes, this one of the ones I've had, this one to me has always been the most memorable one. They've always been good, but this has been the one that I like the most. I mean, it's how can you not like the color that in a quote unquote beer, right?
and and it's actually true to the color from what we pour and what we see on camera, because we've reviewed some other things. It's like when we look at it on camera, it's like, well, that's not doing it justice.
Yeah. So this one's my favorite. So but since Jay, you have not had it, you obviously are set to go first. So what say you?
Yeah,
this is all my
we just
time.
popped your Pinot Noir Grape,
It's all my time. I will agree with you guys. This is a fantastic beer. It's almost so much so that you can't consider it really a beer. 4.8 Berliner Weiss. This is fantastic for summertime, which we're headed towards. The pool, the river, the lake, wherever you are. I wish I could find this beer, and let alone more SIPS series. The only SIPS I've been able to get is the strawberry cab. I would really love to get my hands on this one and several others, and find it on draft somewhere. I can imagine that probably even elevates it further. So the aroma hands down, I'll give it to you. This is a good one, and I appreciate you sending it my way, Andy. I can only say great things about Parish. It's a great brewery that I can hope to one day visit. But I'll give them kudos. This is another great brew from them. Their brewmaster is outstanding. So this is an 8.5 all day long for me.
All right, Professor Andrew in his attic.
Yes. Well, this one, as in like 4.8, oh, it's crushable. No, it is not crushable. It is heavy, like, God, I hate saying the word mouthfeel, but on the palate, it feels full, and it doesn't feel like a 4.8. It feels stronger, heavier than that, but it's just got so much depth of flavor. Getting that great that it's not overly sour, but it's got enough sour and tart that it makes you want it and want more. And I don't know, I just that full feeling of the grape and the sour, everything. And it was the first SIPS I'd ever had, but I've had it more than any other SIPS after having others. And it is hard not to order this thing if I see it on a menu. And I will never stop singing the praises of this. I just can't give it enough. It's a 9.0 for me. So thank you, nice. Parish, for making it your year-round brew, because there's a lot of good stuff y'all have done that y'all have not released in a while. So thank you for keeping this steadfast.
All right. So yeah, as we stated, this one is definitely my favorite of the SIP series that I've had. It's hard to beat. Definitely sour wine. This is one of those beers that if you are live in a place like I do, Andy does, Jay too, you go to a beer store and they have draft beer, and that's all they have. They don't have liquor. They don't have wine. This is one that my wife, who loves wine, this is one that she can drink and likes. I mean, she likes beer too, but this is, a good option at a beer store for someone who may not be, enamored with beer and prefer wine. It sits kind of right in the middle. It is almost kind of hard to call this a beer in a sense, but man, is it good. It is so good. So, you know, this is definitely one that I look for. If it's on draft, I'm getting it. Since, you know, when Andy and I and Jay worked all together and had it on draft, it's been one that if I ever see it on draft, I get it. If I see it in the store, I'll pick it up. It's really that good. And I think we would all suggest you do the same. I'm going to give it a 9 as well, because it's a rare sour beer wine thing that, man, it's just so good. If you see this, you need to grab it. 8.8 is the score for our SIPS Pinot Noir Grape and Black Currant. How did I do on the pronunciation there? Is that okay? So definitely, hey, if you see any SIPs so far, we would definitely recommend that you grab it. It doesn't matter which one it is. Give it a shot. If you see this one and you walk out of the store without it, that's just, you know, not a good thing to do.
Take your bow tie and just hang yourself.
It's criminal. It's criminal.
I mean, you know, but definitely, you guys should definitely check this one out. We can't say enough good things about Parish. We have no affiliation with Parish. We just like drinking their beer. And so hopefully we're going to get corporate to approve a trip down there before too long. But great brewery. I know that when we talk to other people around the country about the beer that they can get versus what we can get, Parish is always one that they request, or they are, you know, interested in seeing that, you know, hey, we can get that they can't. So it's got to be one of the great breweries in the country at this point in time. And definitely, you see anything from Parish, again, we can't talk enough about the quality of their beer. You should definitely go out and grab that. Do not pass it up. Be sure to like, subscribe, and cheers that notification bell, because we know you want to hear us whine about wine, right? I mean, that's what we do here. And we would love to have you on our social medias and come whine about wine in our Discord channel, because that's where we do it as well. So for Professor Andy in his attic and Jay, I'm going to spill some wine on my shirt there as I shake that. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
End it.